Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Paintivity, and I have a new story, if you will, and hopefully you're hearing me okay. Because for me, I have to adjust this volume over here. Jeez, it's getting like hectic. Um, sorry, goodness, wasn't totally prepared. This is a Murder Most Misfortunate, so I really like that mask that we come into. It is from the Unity engine and Foolish Mortals, which I saw as well. But we're going to load a new story. This is a real-time mystery. It says you have to solve the mystery within a limited time period. A clock will appear in the top right corner during sections where this time limit is counting down. It's included for those who like tension. Let's do it. I don't know what I'm doing. That's kind of creepy. I don't even know what this is about other than this lady was widowed 9 times and now people think she's a killer, which I can't say I wouldn't think the same. Alright, we're gonna go with playing the spacebar. Click on the right to have the game proceed automatically. Escape to access volume and text. Use the scroll wheel when hovering over this text box to see what was previously said. Okay, cool. That's cool.
My dear misfortune, I hope this letter finds you well. I did so enjoy our little discussion of the work of Guy de Mauvaisier the last time we met. I would
Okay.
like to cordially invite you to an intimate gathering of mine on the evening of the 27th. We will be celebrating my recent acquisition of a rather unique historical property, and I think you are just the one to properly appreciate it. I look forward to your RSVP in the affirmative. Most sincerely yours, Prince Titanico.
Prince Titanic, huh? And that,
It
I
was
think, is
at an
us.
art auction, I think, that I first met Prince Titanico. He seemed to think the world of himself. I, quite frankly, thought him a bit of a bore. But if I only accepted social invitations from people I thoroughly approved, I wouldn't dine out very often.
Excuse me. Well, this is different already. This is at the Manor grounds, but it's different in the way that, like, they're already talking. So
I stepped onto the
maybe that
pier
helped
from
me
my
out.
window and laid eyes on the place for the first
It's
time.
kind of dingy.
Gothic gargoyles loomed ominously over the old house, and creeping vines wound their way up its walls, as though trying to strangle it. The prince had been right. It really was to my
Sounds like she
taste.
might be more of like a vampire.
Good evening, ma'am. May I have your
His name's
name?
Klops.
Ugh, this hulking thug, on the other hand, not so much. Fortune. Misfortune.
Misfortune.
Is the miss a first name or a title, ma'am?
Oh, I like to leave that to the
I can't tell
imagination.
she's holding in her hand either. Oh, it must be a cigarette.
Now you must be the butler, so why don't you buttle on and show me inside? The evening is a bit damp, I dare say.
I don't know. I don't like her attitude.
No, ma'am. I'm not a butler. Just a valet.
I'm just here for your car.
My name is Klops.
Oh my, what a terrible shame. Well, butler, or valet, you do open doors, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. Right this way.
This is funny because I just recently had an issue with something like this. I saw a cashier at a local store, and he was just mad at this elderly woman that was in front of us. And instead of gritting his teeth and saying, you know what, I want to give you the best experience possible, he just couldn't handle himself, and that's gonna be probably to his demise, mostly because I put in a complaint because I used to work at this store.
From the
Ah, the
cobwebs
main
in the
hall.
corners and the dust on the railings, it was obvious that the house had been abandoned for some
Then
time.
why are we here?
Some high society guests might have been insulted to be invited to a venue in such ill repair, but it didn't bother me.
This woman, she's got something wrong with her.
I realized that the house had been preserved as it was for the effect.
Huh.
Misfortune has arrived.
Miss Fortune, good
Horatio.
evening. There are refreshments on the side table. Please do help
Who
yourself.
is this guy?
Why, thank you. So, are you the butler? Or are you going to tell me you're just, I don't know, the concierge?
Butler? No, 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 no. I'm not a servant. I am a close friend and trusted advisor to our dear prince.
Interesting, okay.
The Grand Magus of his court, if you will. My name is Horatio.
Charmed, I'm sure.
My dear Miss Fortune, how are you, darling? It's so good to see you again.
Seems like the oddball out in this one.
Contessa de Clecitra.
Oh, I'd never be
Yes,
able to
it's
say
been
that.
just ages, hasn't it? I should have known you to be here. You're never one to miss an event on the social circuit.
I dare say I needed something to cheer me up after my late husband's funeral. And an evening like this is just the thing.
Of course. I was so
She's so
sorry to hear
dramatic.
about your husband. This is your fourth time a widow, if I'm not mistaken.
Quite so. And for you, 9, I believe.
Yep. We just kill our husbands.
They just keep dropping dead, the poor dears. It's so hard to find a good man with stamina these days.
You put your arms down. You're not a bird,
Oh my! Should I be worried? Perhaps you've been cursed.
right?
Me? Cursed? Nonsense. I seem to be doing just fine. But maybe
Misfortune.
I had bad luck. Let me see. When exactly was it that we last saw each other? It must have been at the Emperor's ball.
Heavens, yes! Wasn't that quite the affair? Were you there when one of the waiters spilled a tray of champagne all over Duchess Reese's dress?
I can't tell what accent they're going for with her, for the Contessa or whatever. It's just off. Like they're going for this southern elderly lady or something. I don't know. I would much rather be reading though.
Oh yes, that was positively scrumptious, wasn't it? I mean, a shame about the dress, of course. I heard she had it made just for the ball. Such a pity.
Given how many people come out nowadays, it was bound to happen to someone. I even heard the poor servant say he was sure he felt someone in the crowd give him a little shove. Can you imagine?
Surely not. These are high lords and ladies we're talking about. No doubt the man is just making excuses for his clumsiness.
You're probably right. Just an unlucky accident, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness.
Miss.
Ah, the guy with the mask.
I'm so delighted that you could come. I trust Horatio has been keeping you entertained.
Sure.
Oh yes. La Comtesse and I were just scandalizing your court jester. Or was he a wizard? In any case, scandalizing him with our intimate marriage details.
Poor Horatio.
Of course you were. So tell me, what do you think of the house? I must admit, when I first came into this little period piece, I immediately
thinks?
thought of you.
It seems melancholy, mysterious, and maybe just a little macabre.
Okay.
So yes, I quite like it so far.
Apparently she can only speak in M's. Misfortune, macabre, mysterious, melancholy, whatever the title is. Murder, most misfortunate. There we go.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear it. I will take you on a more detailed.
He almost is drawn like
We
a
are still waiting
angel.
for more guests to arrive.
Really?
What timing? Here they are now.
Miss Charisse and Miss Leah have arrived,
All these
sir.
women. The hell? Oh, they look so excited to be here.
Is that the Charisse? The industrial heiress? The one who's been throwing all those charity balls ever since she came into her fortune.
Ugh, don't care.
The very same.
So?
My beautiful Charisse, please come in. Without you, this place is dark.
So
and
he's
drab,
got connections.
but your radiance rekindles it anew.
You're too kind.
She looks pitiful.
Oh my! I had heard she was seeing someone, but I never imagined it was him.
She looks like she's like 5.
Indeed. This party just got a little more interesting.
And this must be Leah, the girlhood friend of whom you speak so very highly.
Yeah, nice place you got
She's
here.
Australian,
If you like entertaining dead
I
people.
think.
Dead people? Yeah, I assure you, fair lady, you are perfectly safe here.
I think it was a critique of the decor, not of our
Oh,
safety.
great. They're setting the stage.
Leah doesn't mean it. It's a lovely house. Really.
On the contrary, Miss Leah may be more right than she knows.
Oh, man.
Until recently, this mansion was the property of the Lee family. Perhaps you know of them.
Oh yes, who doesn't? A distinguished family of the nobility with a respected pedigree and a long history of public service and political influence.
Okay, so we stepped into Gotham or something?
So, short version. some
Stuffy old rich people. Yeah.
Almost all of the estates out here, away from the city, were owned by old families.
Exactly.
But many have had to sell over the years.
Sounds like our neck of the
It
woods.
must be a bit sad for them. Leaving all that history.
Good God,
behind.
woman. Can you please just perk up a bit? You are killing me.
Indeed, and especially so for the Lees. Theirs is a tale of tragedy, and it ends as they so often do, in sorrow and blood.
Oh my God. Leave it to Horatio.
Come. The
She's
house
like,
itself
oh, never
will tell a
mind.
share of pain.
Oh my God, they're dramatic. I like it. But there's so much going on. Like, I much rather would have read this. Wow, the smoking room. It's absolutely destroyed.
This is the smoking room. Did the Lee family use this as a quiet place to relax after their evening meals, I wonder? Or was this the proverbial smoke-filled room where secret deals would be struck and the fates of nations decided?
Really? It's possible, given history and whatnot.
My attention was drawn to a curio cabinet on one side
A
of the
dagger?
room. Some of the items within
And a voodoo doll?
rather struck my fancy. This cabinet. Are these items originals?
I believe so. I have endeavored to change as little as possible about the house since acquiring
Huh.
it. The Lees were well known as eclectic collectors.
This is neat. Like, I like stuff like that more like a museum. I want to mess with things.
They also say that sorcery ran strongly in the Lee family, you know.
Is magic a real thing here?
Great. As if we didn't have enough reason to think this place was owned by a bunch of creepers.
She sounds like Tracer.
Come now. Surely a smart little girl like you doesn't put any stock in old superstitions.
Magic and superstitions, no. Weird and creepy people, on the other hand, are plenty real.
That's
No need to worry,
pretty
young
good.
lady. You're among good company here.
Weird and creepy. Good.
We will have time to look around in greater detail later, I assure you. For the moment, follow me, if you would.
I wish he would just say everything all at once and I wouldn't have to actually, like, coax him sentence by sentence because it's really annoying. But it looks like we just stepped into the Haunted Mansion, which is awesome. One of my favorite things. The bedroom. So he's giving them a tour of the house.
They
Fancy.
called this the king bedroom, home to the master of the house.
Obviously.
Now, it is as you see it, empty and forlorn, as it waits for a new master to take the place of the old.
Unless you cleaned it up, I wouldn't be staying there.
It feels so cold.
Okay.
Milady, I can call for Klops to bring you a sweater.
Good thinking.
And while he's at it, perhaps also a textbook on metaphorical versus literal language.
You are so kind, but I'm fine. It's just
It's
the
like she's a
atmosphere of
robot
this
or something.
place.
Oh my goodness. Like, ugh, she's driving me crazy.
The Lees were among our most powerful families before the Imperial Revolution. But like most of the old guard at the time, they chose the losing side. In many ways, the family never recovered.
Okay.
They certainly never recovered financially at the very
Eh.
least. Thus the sale of this very house.
Oh my goodness.
It's almost as if old money runs out if you're not smart with it. Who'd have thought?
I kind of like her.
Quite so. But at least the house has gone to those who can appreciate its history.
That's fair. Totally agree. I like the stances that they leave him in because she's like, oh my god. And he's like, yeah. See, back in the day, people didn't sleep together. They each had their own room.
This is the Queen bedroom, and it has a fascinating story.
Ugh.
It is said that the famous senator Lamika Lee herself
Why?
met her end in this very room during the final days of the revolution.
Yeah, I remember learning about that. She was one of the staunchest supporters of the Old Republic.
And she was killed here? In her own bedroom?
She's so terrified for such a
So
meek little voice.
terrible.
By all accounts, she did not go down without a fight. Revolutionary soldiers had stormed the grounds, but none who came in here survived.
They even say that she sustained herself for days on the blood of the soldiers who kept coming for her.
Wow, that's dramatic.
Well, points for ingenuity. I'll grant her that.
But that was all a long time ago. There wouldn't still be any blood left here now, or anything.
Really? Can we just kick her out? She's a party pooper.
Really? With all the red, it's rather difficult to say, isn't it? Who knows how much of it might have soaked into the floor, the walls, the bed.
This is so true. I love history of old things.
You are right, my darling Charisse. It is all long past. A good tale for a night of ghost stories, perhaps. But thankfully, these are happy.
Why are you wearing a mask? That's cool looking. That is a massive dining hall. It's like Hogwarts up in here. Holy crap.
And here we have the dining hall. I see that Klops has left some tea and coffee on the table for us.
And orange juice too, I hope. I'm running rather low. All this dry air, you know?
Well, don't come here. You'd be sucking down orange juice for
I'll
days.
see to it, sir.
For me, just a spot of black coffee would be wonderful.
Ew. Bleh.
This concludes our formal tour of the estate. But our evening is far from over.
Can't do black coffee. I really don't care about the tour. It's just the coffee. Like, I have to have foo-foo coffee. Nope.
Tonight, my friends, is more than just a housewarming party. Before the night is done, I have a very special announcement.
He gets to the end of his sentences and I'm like, and? Really? It's lightning.
Don't worry, my dear.
Is this gonna be like Clue or something? Somebody gets picked off.
Thank you. I was just a bit startled.
Oh no.
Oh, heavens, yes! The light's going out! What horror! I dare say I may faint myself. Delicate flower that I
Are you guys competing or are you making fun of her?
Flower? A noxious weed, perhaps.
That's fair.
Please, Miss Fortune, allow me. I've got you now.
Oh, what would we do without you? On second thought, you can unhand me. I seem to be quite all right.
I think she is fighting for his attention.
Good. Because there's nothing to be worried about. It's just a little blackout.
Would you be so good as to check the breaker then, my dear Horatio?
Sure.
Yes, of course. My talents will shed some light on all of us in no
Oh
time.
my god.
I absolutely adore these old homes, but they do so often have problems with the wiring, don't
Surprised
they?
it even had wiring for as old as it is.
Excuse me, boss. Sir, there's a
And we
telephone
have a
call for
telephone.
you.
A call for me? Here? How mysterious.
Great, they're gonna
You
leave
must
all the
excuse
women
me,
together.
my dear guests. Klops will fetch some candles for you, so you can look around while Horatio works his magic on the lighting. I will return very shortly.
I wonder if it gives you a cut, like is there a chapter 2?
I wandered back to the king bedroom by myself to take a closer look at some of the decor.
Huh. Interesting. Is that it? What? Oh, I can actually control
The
that.
elaborate carvings on the wooden bedpost intrigued me. Spirits and demons of all sorts
Oh my
circled and
goodness.
surrounded any lord who might sleep in this bed.
Okay, guys. Because there's a bird attacking my house literally where I'm recording right now, I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. Even though this is kind of cool, like I don't really know what they're getting at yet, and I am kind of bummed that I'm not reading this one, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. I have to take care of this bird or else they're gonna kill the whole recording. Yeah, downside. But he obviously, things are about to pick up anyway, so we've had our introduction to the house. So now what? I don't know. It's a mystery. We're gonna figure it out. And so hopefully you guys liked it. If you do, hit the button. And if you have something to say, go ahead and leave a comment for me. I actually didn't pick this game, so I just kind of went with that. I was like, ah, cool. You know, it's not something I would normally do back to back. I would usually break up the novels with like different games or something. But this just kind of happened. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you did, I will see you guys for I guess part 2, just because I don't know how the chapters are split up in this one, but I will figure that out for you guys. So as always, thanks for joining the universe. Bye!